What is going on, everyone? This is Sarah coming at you from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut, and today we are going to be discussing the Mitchell Trubisky draft pick trade, which occurred during the 2017 NFL Draft. So, this trade saw the Chicago Bears trade up one spot from number 3 to number 2, and in exchange, they gave up the 67th pick, the 111th pick, and a 2018 third-round selection. Did it pay off for them? Well, let's look at it. So, with the second pick, the Chicago Bears selected, obviously, quarterback Mitchell Trubisky. And Trubisky started off his career as the backup, but he would become a starter a quarter of the way through his rookie year. And he didn't do well as a rookie, about average, throwing 7 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, but that's over 12 starts. So clearly he was afraid to throw the ball. And he has a slow start to 2018, but he would catch fire in week 4, nearly tying the NFL record for touchdown passes thrown in a single game with 6. And he would finish the season with a respectable stat line, and nothing great though, and he just was okay in 2019. Now, this led to the Bears trading for Nick Foles in the 2020 offseason, and Trubisky was on a short leash. He knew it, and he had a slower start to 2020, but he was benched midway through the Week 3 game for some strange reason, and he was named the starter again towards the middle to the end of the 2020 season, but at this point, the season was unsalvageable. Now, he's made one Pro Bowl. A lot of people are calling for Trubisky to be released by the Bears or traded away by the Bears, so this trade might still be ongoing. But at this point in time, Trubisky is currently the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears. Now we get to the San Francisco 49ers. And with the third pick, the 49ers would select defensive end Solomon Thomas. So Solomon Thomas had a strong rookie year, recording a career-high 3 sacks. You might be saying, that's not that impressive. He's more of a run stopper, so he's always going to be a guy who doesn't get on the page for sacks, but he'll get tackles. And he had a pretty good second season, but nothing great. Now, he moves to the defensive end backup role in 2019, and this was due to Nick Bosa getting drafted by the team, but he still does okay. Now, in 2020, it looked like it was going to be a big year for him, but he ends up tearing his ACL week 2 of the season, the same week Nick Bosa did, unfortunately. And Solomon Thomas obviously done for the year in 2020, only played basically one game. So we'll see with him. The jury's still out on him. Now, the 67th pick ends up getting traded to the New Orleans Saints, and the 49ers would receive the 229th pick and a 2018 second-round pick. So with the 229th selection, the 49ers would select cornerback Adrian Colbert, and Colbert had an okay rookie season, eventually becoming a starter, and he would actually win the starting free safety role in 2018, but he would suffer an injury midseason, and he was cut before the 2019 season began. And, of course, the 49ers being the 49ers, they would trade away the 2018 second-round pick, which was the 59th pick, to the Washington football team. And they would trade away the 59th and 74th picks in the 2018 draft for the 44th and 142nd. So with the 44th pick, the 49ers would select wide receiver Dante Pettis. And Pettis was a serviceable wide receiver 3 since debuting for the team, and he actually ends up getting cut midway through the 2020 season after they had failed to find a trading partner for him. He was good early on, and then he just really fell out of favor quick for the 49ers. With the 142nd pick, they would select cornerback DJ Reed, and DJ Reed was a backup for just 2 seasons before he himself was also cut. So nothing amazing. Now, going back up here, we have the 111th pick, and the 111th pick gets traded along with the 34th pick to their rival Seattle Seahawks in exchange for the 31st selection. So, with the 31st selection, the 49ers made a regrettable selection when they picked linebacker Reuben Foster. Trust me, this trade has 2 very regrettable picks in it. And Reuben Foster had all the talent in the world and had a very strong rookie season. However, he had a good start in 2018, but legal issues began to just completely keep piling up with him, and the 49ers decided to cut bait and get rid of him rather than deal with the off-the-field concerns with him. So as talented as he was, they just didn't want to deal with his off-the-field problems. So you got to respect that, at least. Now, the last pick that the 49ers got was the 2018 third-round pick from Chicago. This pick would become the 70th pick in the 2018 draft. With that pick, they would select linebacker Fred Warner. And Fred Warner was actually a starting linebacker as a rookie, starting middle linebacker as a rookie. And he proved to be a good tackling machine. Now, he improved even more so in 2019, and he's continued to grow into the 2020 season, actually doing even better in 2020. Unfortunately, the 49ers as a team did not, but he's at least had a career year in 2020. So now we have to talk about the Saints, the Seahawks, and the Washington football team. So the Saints gave up 229 and a 2018 second-round pick, which returned to 59, in exchange for 67. Now, the 67th pick was used to select running back Alvin Kamara, who had a very strong rookie year, accounting for over 1,500 yards from scrimmage, and he improved as a runner and a pass catcher in 2018, even more so in 2020, but in 2019, in between, he had a bit of an offseason due to injuries, various injuries here and there that just continued to plague him. So then we have Seattle. They would trade away the 34th selection. We're not going to discuss that. But with the 111th selection, they would select safety Tedrick Thompson. And Tedrick Thompson was a backup as a rookie. It was an okay starter for 2 years, but injuries began to pile up and limit him, and he ends up getting cut by the Seahawks. And last, we have the Washington football team. We're going to start off with the 74th pick in the 2018 draft. With that pick, they would select offensive tackle Jaron Christian, who basically, he was a backup for his first 2 years in the league. He moved to being a starter in the 2020 season, but after only 6 games, he would suffer a knee injury that effectively ended his season. Now, I mentioned regrettable pick. There are 2 regrettable picks in this trade. So with the 59th pick in the 2018 draft, the Washington team would select running back Darius Geis. Again, all the talent in the world like Reuben Foster, but off the field concerns would get to him. So he ends up he was okay as a rookie in preseason, but he tears his ACL right off the bat, in preseason, I should say, obviously ending his season right off the bat. He didn't even get a chance to play. And he would suffer 2 other knee injuries in the 2019 season, only appearing in 5 games. He suffered the first one in week 1, and then when he came off the IR, he suffered another one 4 games later. So what ends up happening is in August 2020, he's arrested due to a domestic violence incident, and he ends up getting cut by Washington. He's still a free agent to this day. So that was the Mitchell Trubisky trade. Of course, Chicago could have picked Patrick Mahomes. Just want to point that out. But instead, they picked Trubisky. So congratulations, Chicago. Trubisky has a lot of pressure on him there. But this was the Mitchell Trubisky trade. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good rest of your day.